Hello everyone, welcome back to the Video Poker Genius Q&A. Today's question is, when should I hold 3 cards to a royal? So this question is inspired from a viewer question in one of my previous videos. If you'd like to get a question answered in a future video, please put it in the comment section. So when should you hold 3 to a royal flush? So the quick answer is in most situations, you're going to be dealt 3 to a royal with no real other alternative, and that's an easy one. You just go for it, and if you got 3 cards to a royal, you definitely should take that opportunity to try to get it, even though the chances are really slim. But I'm going to give you guys some examples of situations where you're not sure whether or not to go for it. So these will be common situations that you will find over the course of your video poker playing sessions. So in these examples, you definitely want to go for the royal flush. So if you have 3 to a royal versus 4 to a straight, this one's pretty obvious. But the second one, 3 to a royal versus 4 to a flush. So the question is, do you go for the flush? It pays less, but you're closer to it, or do you discard the additional fourth card of the same suit and just go for the royal? So an example of say king, queen, jack of spades and 5 of spades and then 7 of hearts, for example. You actually go for the 3 to a royal. It is a close one though. In most video poker variants, you're definitely going to choose 3 to a royal. There are a few exceptions. For example, if a flush pays 35 in the video poker game you're playing, so if you're playing 10-7 double bonus, 9-7 double bonus, or 9-7 triple double bonus, so any game where a flush pays 35 credits on a 5-credit bet, you actually want to go for the flush. So that's one of the exceptions. The other exception potentially is if you are playing a video poker game in which flush pays 30, so 9-6 jacks are better, for example, or 9-6 double bonus. It depends on the combination of the 3 to the royal. So most cases, you go for the 3 to the royal, unless the 3 to a royal consists of an ace and a 10 specifically. So if it's ace king 10, ace queen 10, or ace jack 10, then the expected value switch is flipped so that 4 to a flush is slightly better. But if you don't memorize that, don't worry. It is really close. It won't matter too much in the short term. So it becomes an issue if you want to play optimally. But if you don't remember it, don't worry about it. Just default to going for the 3 to a royal in that case. So if you're playing a game where a flush pays 30. And of course, if you're playing 8-5 bonus poker where a flush pays only 25 credits, always go for 3 to a royal versus 4 to a flush. And then the third example here is 3 to a royal versus a low pair. This one might be a bit tougher to memorize if you're brand new. So a low pair is any non-paying pair. So most non-wild video poker games, you get paid if you get at least a pair of jacks. So a low pair is a pair of 10s or less in this example. You definitely go for 3 to a royal versus a low pair. So you discard the low pair. All right, so now there are a few examples where you don't want to be going for the 3 to a royal. And if you look at these 3 examples here, they're pretty much all pat hands. So if you have 3 to a royal versus a made straight or a made flush, don't break the straight or a flush. Just keep it and take the 20 or 30 credits, you know. And the other example, 3 to a royal versus 4 to a straight flush, you're closer to getting the straight flush, and the straight flush pays pretty good, $250 in most video poker games. So might as well take that chance. And you still have an opportunity to get a flush or a straight if you don't make the straight flush. And then finally, 3 to a royal versus a high pair, a 2 pair, or 3 of a kind. Obviously, a 2 pair and a 3 of a kind, it's obvious to just keep those. But the high pair, some people will think to discard the high pair and go for the 3 to a royal. But in most circumstances, you want to just keep the paying pair. If you have a pair of jacks, a pair of kings, you want to just keep it. You can still improve to 2 pair, 3 of a kind, or possibly even 4 of a kind. The royal is, while 3-to royal is nice, it's still tough to make the royal flush. So you want to keep the guarantee payoff with the high pair. Now, the exception to that, of course, is if you're playing deuces wild, where a high pair doesn't pay anything. Then you treat the high pair the same as the low pair, as mentioned in the previous slide. If you're playing deuces wild, and just go ahead and try for the royal in that case. But other than that, that is it. If you have any questions and need more clarification, please put it in the comments section. Or if you have another question you'd like me to answer in a future video, please post it. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit the like button. If you're brand new to the channel, subscribe, share the video with others, hit the bell icon to be notified once I release my next video. Have a great rest of your day and have a good weekend. I'll see you next week. Take care and go make it happen.